All right, we're on the Splendora High School channel, which is not the channel I wanted to be on either. I wanted to broadcast on Wildcat One TV and have all our stuff on Splendora High School, but I can probably move it, and I probably want to redo this anyway. If you're watching it now on the internet, which you can't be, but it would be about 3 or 4 seconds behind, so that would mess us all up. So here we go, starting over. Not necessarily, not exactly starting over. I wouldn't go that far. All right, so we are at the point where we have the 4 of them, and they all have effects, and they're all moving, correct? Not a sound. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, just in case, I'm going to pick this bottom one here, that one, double-click on it. Make sure you always double-click. Motion tab is where you control scale, rotation. Center is the movement again. Cropping will make it disappear, and you also have on cropping, you have edge feathering, which if you look on this one right up here, you can tell makes it look kind of cool. It takes off that hard square edge, rough edge. It makes it look a little smoother. So I kind of like that. And that's on edge feathering, so I could edge feather this one too until it looks kind of cool too. I like that. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to have it be that way the whole time, so I'm not going to set points to where it goes away. You can also turn on drop shadows for these. Since you've got a background, since you have a black background, it's not going to show up very well. But you can change all the effects of the drop shadow, and you can even change the angle from where the sun is supposed to be hitting it. So that would look cooler if we had like a white background, or put a white picture as our background, or any picture as our background. Okay, so we got that part. Opacity is also kind of cool because I can make it see-through. And so now if I wanted to have another one behind it, I could see through it. Or of course, if I were green screening this, I could make it a ghost. I could make you be see-through and see through and you'll be able to see the background also. Okay. Yes, sir?
I was wondering, can you import movies straight into FX Home from the camera?
Let's put this back over here. What?
Can you import a movie from the camera straight into
No, you have to put it on the computer. His question was, everyone listening, his question was, can you import a movie directly from the camera into Final Cut Pro? When we're gonna, he's got a camera that he needs to import, so he's gonna need to import it not by doing import, but by log and capture or log and transfer. So you're gonna have to try that one to import from the camera.
log and transfer?
Yeah. Okay, so that had nothing to do with what we were doing. So one of them has to be scaled to where it gets bigger and smaller. I don't think I did one that got bigger and smaller. That one cropped, but I'm going to go ahead and make it get bigger and smaller too. Boy, I hope I hear all of you people talking on my actual recording of this. I'm going to be like, who was that? Basic motion. Okay, this one I said I'm going to get bigger and smaller, so I'm going to mark the point right here to say that the scale is going to start off at 30% of the original one. I'm going to go over to where the other points are. So when she starts disappearing is when I'm going to make it get big. So I'm going to go up to 77, why not? I'm going to click to the next point where she's completely disappeared, and it won't matter at all how big she is because she's completely disappeared. So I'm going to make it go all the way down to 6. Okay, then this is going to be my biggest jump because it's going to go from 6 to super large to 117. And then at the end of the video, I want her to be back to normal size, which was 30. So you can see it gets bigger. Well, you can't really see very well, but you can see it gets bigger a little bit, smaller, bigger, and smaller. And you can tell by the slope of it how fast it's going to get big. So if it were a short distance, if I want to make it get really big really fast, I could take this point and I could scoot it closer time-wise to the original one. So that's going to shoot really, really big and then slowly get smaller as she disappears. So you can't edit your points once you've already put them in there also. Okay, I didn't want to go to this one. All right, so do y'all have a question about something that you wanted to do? Pretend like there's actually someone in here, and y'all, as far as anyone on the internet's listening, there's no one even in this classroom. Somebody please ask me something. What up? Chroma key? Have I showed you chroma key?
Yes. Hey, Mr. Duncan, can you show me chroma key?
Hey, Evan, I will show you chroma key.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Duncan. I love this class.
I actually have one on the desktop. Don't hate Ed because he's beautiful, Ed and Rogelio. So I'm going to take that one, remember, drag it into the bin first, close it. Now I'm going to put it on top of all my other ones here. Edit undo that because I was clicked on one. Okay. It was just such a long video that it's going to take up that much space. So I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to drag it off this way this time and then scoot it over to make and then I'm going to go ahead and just cut it at that point. So I'm going to get my razor blade tool here and cut it. Go back to the select tool and delete the rest. Okay, so now double click on my chroma key. I'm going to make them small, so I'm going to scale them down to, why not 32? Okay, I'm going to crop it so that I have all the stuff that's not green off. So I'm going to crop the left until it's completely green. I think you might be moving around in it, so I'm going to give him a little leeway there. And Rogelio also. Now you're going to see this table. Rogelio is, can you see the table there? He's too darn close for me to crop out that table. So there's going to be a table there. Okay, now the chroma key filter is under effects just like your other effects. It's under key and chroma keyer. I'm going to take it, drag it over here into that one, and then I'm going to turn it on. And this will be the cool part where the little magic happens and you watch the green disappear. Here it goes. Well, almost all of it. Let me see if I can get rid of that little bit at the top right. It's going, it's gone. So now that's chroma keyed throughout the whole time, and I could render it, but so there they are, talking and dancing throughout the whole time. I'm not really sure what they were doing. Oh yeah, they're doing the "Don't Hate Me Because I'm Beautiful" thing from the Carrie Hilson song. All right, so there they are in the middle. I could have them moving around too. Why don't I do that? Like my last thing, and I'll let Anna have her piece. And you can see right there. Did you see? On this one, you can definitely see the table pretty well. So make sure if you're shooting green screen, have green completely around you. All right, I'm gonna make them spin around. I'll just make them spin around in the middle. I'm not gonna make. No, what? No, you know what? Darn it! I'm making them spin around and move around. So I'm gonna do rotation first. Mark the point. Starts off there. Okay, move over a little bit of time. Rotate those guys. They're gonna be sideways. At this point, they're gonna turn back around and go all the way back to the left. Then I just want them to hang out upside down for a while. So for the rest of the video. The rest of this time, they can hang out upside down. I'm going to go back to those points again, and I'm also going to do center motion on them. So I'm going to say they're just going to start off right there. Oh, I clicked on that instead of clicking on this. So I'm going to say they start off right there. At this point, when it's going to turn, when they're rotating, they're going to be moved over here to the top left. At this point, they're going to come down. And remember, they're spinning the whole time, too. So then they're going to go to the top right. And at the end of the video, why don't I just let them keep moving? So they'll be there at the end of it. Okay, so I'm going to render that. How do I render? Everyone in the class just yelled out really loud, Command R. Good. So I'm going to say that's right. I wish I had a mic on them so you could hear them. Darn. So I'm going to render that. And we're going to wait on that, and we're not going to watch it because I'm not going to sit here and make people watch that. Darn, you couldn't see it all the whole time either because I had it on this. Should have left it on this. Sorry about that, people watching on the internet. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording.